Douglas, you can ask your question, then we move to the comments.
Suppose you are
Yes.
having multiple children,
Multiple children, yes.
and you have been told to give a level of probably 3 children that have some children.
Okay, there are no ways on how you can have a tree that contains 3 children. So, like for your argument, let me try to change this just a little bit. So you have something of this nature. So something of this sort, where you have Beatrice with Wayne, Ryan, and John as the sub-children. Some of the sub-branches or nodes.
Yeah, it's something like that, but it's hierarchical.
So hierarchical in the sense that this one comes below John. Ama?
Sort like
Kitu kama hii, where you have the sub-children here.
Yes.
So that then the level of Ryan changes.
So like that level for Ryan
has moved from being level 2 to level 3. Okay. So your question I've already answered. Your question is answered. Okay. Yeah, so if you are told to construct at C, just remember that a root, a parent has to have 2 children. Don't make it 3. Then try to move level by level. Move up. Make sure that you complete this level before you move to the next level. So sikuwe na a level that has a node lower than the other branch. So maliza hiyo level, then ukuje kwa level next. Don't construct tree inakaa hivi. Make sure it's level by level. Let's move to another question. Given the data item, construct a binary tree. I think this one has already been answered. Yeah, I think this question, we've already worked on the previous, then you can be able to construct this. Then write an output generated tree construct using post order. So post order ndio tunafanya next. Post order ndio tunafanya next. So don't worry, you will be able to answer that with the next part, post order. Level 2, that's I believe is the answer to the previous question. That's good. Yeah, so I believe nimemaliza hizo. Let's go to the next traversal method. So let's move to another type of traversal. And this one should be pre-order. Let's start with the pre-order. And I said for the programming part, for writing the programs, nobody will ask you about them, but I'll send the notes plus the programs. So if you want to have a look, you feel free to look at the programs, but nobody would ask you to write a program. So let's go to pre-order. Pre-order is where subtrees are traversed first before moving to the root branch. So let's try to see how we do that by using this example. So we have a tree A, then a subtree B that has D and E. Then on the right we have a subtree that has a single child, and such a subtree with a single child is usually referred to as a leaf node. I mean, the last element that does not have a child. So we can call this the leaf node. Leaf nodes are those last nodes, the nodes that do not have children. So the 3 D, E, and F are the leaf nodes because they don't have children. So let's traverse this in pre-order. Pre-order, we start with the left leftmost branch. So nitatoa hii. Starting with the leftmost branch, then we would start with this subtree, the leftmost subtree. So the leftmost subtree, this one, that has B, D, and E. So we want to traverse this subtree. Let's say we are still moving to F. So we want to traverse this tree using pre-order. And I've said we look on the left side, the subtree on the left-hand side. So that subtree is subtree B, that contains child D and E. So we want to traverse that subtree first. So the first element would be D. Then we move to the root of that element, which is B. From there, we move to E. So we've completed the leftmost subtree. Then we move to the root, which is A. Then from A, we move to the right-hand side, which is the leftmost root. The leftmost subtree, it's C, which contains a single child F. We would then start with F, and we complete with C. So this is pre-order. And I've said you start with the leftmost subtree, moving towards the roots, towards the right side of the tree. So tunaanzia huku tukienda huku. That's the pre-order. So any question on that?
Unaweza repeat, kuna venye sijaelewa mbona hujaanza na F but umeanza na C hapo hivyo kwa nini? For that, unaweza repeat hiyo note nzima tu just to clarify.
Okay, thank you. Any other so that I can combine the questions? Okay, so let me answer that funnel. So swali ya funnel is mbona tumeanza na this side. So I've said for pre-order, you start with the leftmost side, the leftmost subtree of the tree. So subtree ni easy, the tree that belongs to the bigger tree as a subtree. So you start with the leftmost subtree. That's why nikaanza na D, because it's the leftmost subtree. So my subtree is B, D, E. So that's why I started with the D, this node. I moved to the root, then I moved to the right side node, which is E. So with these three, nimemalizana na this subtree. Then I move to the root in order to go to the right-hand side nodes. So our subtree. So that's why I moved to A. Then from A, I moved to this subtree. And again, looking on this subtree, it has a single node, which is the leaf node, anyway, F. So I had to start with F because it's the child of this node. Then I moved to the root, C. So you start with the left side, the left side subtree, moving towards the root, then the right side subtrees. Fanuel, I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, it's okay. I've now understood.
Okay. Any other clarification?
Question, please.
Okay, Tola.
So we must start with the parent node.
We are not starting with the parent.
The leaf
because
node.
Yeah, we are starting with the leaf node on the left
Which
hand
case?
side. Huh? Left hand side.
My question is this.
Yes.
Please distinguish me the meaning of the root and the left, those things like those.
I clarify on the nodes, the child, the leaf, and the root. So I'll use this example. On this example, the first element of the tree is what we call the root node. So in this example, the root node is A. Then each root node has children. So the children are these ones, the child node. The child node are attached directly to the root. So you may have another tree that is attached to the the root. So this is what we call the subtree. Subtree at C within a tree, basically. So you have at C B, D, E, being under at C, A, B, C. So this becomes a subtree. So the root node near kwanza, the subtree is the tree within a tree, basically. Then finally, the leaf node. Leaf node is any node that does not have a child. So in this example, our leaf node would then be B, E, and F. So those are the leaf nodes. Hizo tatu. I hope I've answered the root, the subtree, the leaf nodes. So let's move to the last one, and that is the post. Yes. So let's move to the last one. Yes, Paula. Yes.
Any other way of presenting pre-order binary tree? Because I'm confused.
Is there any other way of
Presenting pre-order tree, binary tree.
So you want me to repeat the entire explanation?
No, because we were given another way of presenting it. So yours and the other way is different. So I'm confused.
Which way were you given? So I don't know. Or you can tell us how.
If we can use your example.
So let me go back to my example. Yes.
Okay. The way that you are shown, you start with the root. That is. Then you go to.
Then you go to
B.
B. Then
D. Then E. Then F. Lastly C. So.
C. So you don't start with the children.
Yeah.
Then that's not the correct way. The correct way, you are supposed to start with the last branch of the tree.
The last branch.
Yes, on the left hand side.
Then about I'm just confused because even the how you present the alphabets, the names of
the elements. Yes.
You were told you use alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order in which way? Because you are trying to access the elements.
Let's say you have Pauline and then Bridget. Then some
Body.
Or we use the names that I have here, these ones.
Okay. Okay. Maybe you take Pauline to your root. Then left. Is it left or right?
Left ni huko.
Yeah, akwe kwa.
So tukianza hapa na I don't know the spelling. Pauline, then
Anne.
Hapa tukwe na Anne.
Then Bridget.
Maybe Bridget.
Then John. So you have Pauline at the root. Then you see, ukiangalia beti gani ni kubwa.
You use alphabets.
Yeah, you use alphabetical order. That's what we were being told.
So if I have a C kama E and I want to traverse it, I should use alphabetical order.
Yeah.
That makes sense really. So like post order. Let's start with the post order.
Not any other order. But when you are constructing the binary tree, you before you transverse in any order, maybe post order or in order. To consider maybe you have numbers like 10, 12, 8.
Like like the question we had somewhere. Yeah,
let's say you have 10. You have 12, 8, and 9.
Let's say we have 10, 12,
8,
8,
6, 11, and 16.
11 and 16.
So you take 10
to be the root. So if we start with the 10 number,
yeah, 12, because 12 is bigger than 10, it will be on your left side of the child. No. Now we have 12. Then the right node.
The right node would then have
8, because 8 is less than 10.
So
yeah, like that.
So 9 is bigger than 8. What happens?
Since 9 is bigger than 8, you create another 8 becomes like another root. And on the left side,
we have a 6. What happens to the 6?
Now 6 will come at the right side of 8. Here no dear 8.
And so see 8. Okay, let's do this. To avoid the confusion, what I'll do is, can you remember Mwalimu Funza?
It's Lisa.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll talk to him.
Yes.
I'll be able to clarify.
Thank you.
Yes. Then, so because of the clarification issue, I want to make sure that nijue ni nini aliyopatia, because it appears kuna wengine wako nayo already. So what we'll do is we'll review and I'll put things in order. How?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So unless there are other questions. Yes.
I think she was talking about in order transversal.
For me, I think so, but for the purposes of avoiding the doubt, watch out to clarify. We'll clarify once and for all.
Okay.
Yeah. Because in order transversal means then you need to go step by step. So for example, if given a list kama hii, then you are told you need a binary tree that would follow an inner order way of traversal, then you need to follow that that order where you look at a number, then look at the preceding number, hivyo. But for avoidance of doubt, I'll clarify on that probably next lesson. Any other concern? Yeah. So for avoidance of doubt, watch the post order, and then we'll be able to tackle it during next lesson. So next lesson tutaipitia haraka, tutatumia hata less than 5 minutes tuipitie. I'll clarify and I'll make sure that we are together. So if it's Mr. Lisaliza, I'll talk to him. Then I see mbona tofauti. Sawa? Yeah. So that when we meet to pitia hiyo, at least to use the least amount of time as possible. Alafu tuanze records. So I was thinking tutafika hapa, but it's okay. Tutamaliza tu polepole. So when we meet, we will be going through records. And thank you for the questions. Yeah, thank you for your time.